Hi, this is Grace, and in this video I'm going to talk about my own experience, my personal experience from going back as far as childhood with the people who are mainly the narcissistic-histrionic, toxic type people that I've had to deal with. Now, I'm not going to tell every story, but a little bit of it. But I do want to update on this series a couple of things. They're not all in order, but the number, the season 2 episode, the number, whatever episode it is, I will later put, well, I've done so far, put them in order. Now, the order that I upload them might be different, or make them public might be different. But the season 2 episode, whatever, is right. Okay, so you'll know the order. And I say the date, and I usually don't make it public until the next day or something like that, or the day. Today is Friday. Okay, and this all, I think the first video I made on this part was Monday, or Tuesday, I'm sorry. Yeah, I think so. Okay, and one other note, the plans have changed since the last video I put up. Again, I said it's going to be a lot of changes because that's what narcissistic, histrionic type people do, is my experience. Now, to get on to my own. Now, I've said this. I know how it is to be on the side of seeing the behaviors in your own family or your people, your friends, community, where you grew up. You know, the environment. For me, this is how it was, and seeing all that, but still having a feeling, you know, like a loyalty. Okay, now loyalty is not a bad thing, but growing up like this, so dysfunctional, the loyalty is kind of misplaced, I guess you'd say, or you're giving loyalty to someone you really shouldn't. Now, giving loyalty to somebody you should is okay, but you're taught things like, you know, you always are supposed to be there for your family. Well, what if your family is dysfunctional? Extremely, maybe you have a narcissistic parent, then you have a narcissistic sibling, you know, the golden child, and then maybe there's one that's the histrionic, the one that was a golden child, but then got displaced by the other one at some point, so they became more histrionic. This is how I see it. I could be wrong. All of this, I could be wrong. It's just my opinion. But yeah, you know, and then you have the other ones like the lost child, the hero, the you know, one they were trying to make the more narcissistic one, the golden child, and on and on. You know, they're different roles and all, and you still feel that sense, you know, like you're raised to believe, you know, you have loyalty to your family and all, you know, duty, responsibilities, all these kinds of things. But they're bad. They're really bad people. And it's very difficult because, you know, like when you get older, you get married, or you have children maybe, and you're around other people, and you develop those kinds of feelings, and these people might not be bad. But you see what I'm saying? So you still do it, and that's not a bad thing to do it with the right people, or for the right people. Okay, my experience has been, like I said, since childhood. I'm talking extended family here. 2 members of my extended family, like cousins, and, you know, it could be my family and cousins, all this. I've seen this, I saw this in 2 of them, that they would do something wrong to me. Okay, one of them didn't even do anything wrong to me, but just claimed that I did something wrong to her. You know? But it could be either way. Do something wrong to me, or just claim that I did something wrong to them. But when the person who did something wrong to me then claimed I did something to her. You know, you see what I'm saying? Playing the victim. Either way. And so I've seen this, and I know that they use this to, they start laying the foundation, and pretty much next comes the bricks or stones, you know? So they do this over a year, over a lifetime, that points a finger at you when you are actually the victim of their abuse. But they set it up so where anything you do, they can always say, well, you know, she did this to me in the past. She's always been like this to me. She's always done this to me. When you're not doing any of it, you don't even know about it. Sometimes, like I said, you're like the scapegoat. Stuff is going on behind your back. You don't even know what's going on. That it is going on. But they will always build that foundation, and then build that house, you know, higher and higher. So no matter what, if they find a moment they can do something to you, they have all that that history of saying that you're that type. Okay, and there is some kind of, it's the second word to it is amnesia. But it's basically, I know what I think it is, but I don't want to mispronounce it. But it's when, like, you have been traumatized, abused somehow. You know, abuse is not just physical, by somebody, like a sibling or a parent, and then there's a time of calm, maybe, it doesn't have to be, and you kind of forget, you have like an amnesia, you forget the way they were, how awful it was. And, you know, like, if you're older and you're not around your siblings or your parents all that much, you start feeling like that homesickness, that nostalgia, that, oh, this is family and family sticks together and all this kind of stuff, that you kind of forget what they did and how, like I said, and how bad it was. And then you'll feel that loyalty, the duty, the responsibility, all that all over again, and they burn you again. You know, they're the scorpion, you are the turtle, the tortoise. Yeah. So they're going to sting you again, you know? Okay, but in this whole process, you could become a flying monkey too. And this is where, you know, I have a problem. If I see somebody who has a sibling, you know, that does this kind of thing, and they take up for their sibling, I know where they're coming from. You know, and they in turn try, you know, their sibling, you know, points the finger at me, and they lose their, you know, they don't know who to be loyal to, but they still were taught to always be loyal first to your family, you know, your siblings, your parents, this stuff. I get where they're coming from. I don't like to make it, you know, it's like you're excusing their behavior, but are you? You know, it's difficult, because did I do this to people unknowingly? And did they understand? And did they say, okay, I understand her behavior because I've been through it too? You see? Whew, that's a lot. And the thing is, given this kind of amnesia, you can see it over and over and over. Like I said, I still have that. The person that I am, even though, you know, I had this thing, like, you know, when the hurricane hit where some of my family lives, the one that's the histrionic, and other ones too, that hit the whole area. I still open my home because that's what I do. Now, I have a thing about this, and this is more of a question. To me, it is, I don't want to change who I am because they're rotten people, you know, because they're these toxic people. And I want to make a whole video about that, but you know, it's kind of like when people say you don't you know, somebody has to earn your respect. No, you give people respect. This is my view. You give people respect. If they do something that is wrong, you know, to take away from that respect, try talking to them. If they're not going to change in the long run, are you really going to change who you are to be because of them? You know, because of how they are. That you're just not going to give anybody respect. They have to earn it. Earn it, to me, saying that somebody has to earn your respect, that's a sense of entitlement to me. And a sense of entitlement kind of goes along with narcissistic type behaviors. Yeah. So that's my way of looking at it. I can change it, but yeah. Anyway, but that's the thing to me. I would still open my home for a family member in need. I had more than one. I had cousins and all that stuff there that were hit. But yeah, that's who I am. I am not going, you know, and this is a hard part because we learn, you know, I've gone no contact with them. That's one thing. But we have learned, you know, like we have to change a lot of our personality because of them. And I've got to work through this myself. I know I've gone back and forth and everything. So I know I'll probably go right back to the right decision eventually. But I want to question it. I want to, you know, question it more, bring it up, pros, cons, this kind of thing. We'll do that. But anyway, I think that's enough for this video. I don't think the end screens are working because I demonetized my channel. So when I say if you want to subscribe, click the circle, and watch another video, click on the rectangles, I don't think those are showing up anymore. So we'll see. The last one it didn't. The last one that I actually made public. Anyway, that's enough for this video for now. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.